hit it like tap it in the zone. Share it with the world, make the vibe known. Subscribe to the beat, feel it in your phone. Catch the wave we throw, you ain't alone. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep the rhythm alive, we thrive. Hop on this digital ride. Let's multiply the vibe worldwide. Gotta hit it like tap it in the zone. Share it with the world, make the vibe known. Subscribe to the beat, feel it in your phone. Catch the wave we throw, you ain't alone. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep the rhythm alive, we thrive. Hop on this digital ride. Let's multiply the vibe worldwide.
We got them wait, what? Took a little minute, was patient, but now we take it. Anytime we want this game, my situation is entertainment intertwined with information. Alchemist soul, how we move the tassel and roll. It's amazing how we can turn something brass to gold. And we steady making hits. Architect with the prop and the scripts. It's logical that the product will flip. My boy Chef did the lineup, I'm fresh in the bitch. Carnivorous podcast, the newest show on the list. DQ on the boat, so I'm rocking the ship. While the music gon' be dope and the artist legit. Hold my beard, concrete chord, then step in the door. See, that's my man and he reppin' for show. And true saviors a player with flavor. Lexicon Taylor, lines on point like a laser. We need that paper, we building the vault. Cause you niggas don't listen, y'all be waiting to talk. Lack accountability and try to make it our fault. But opposing us is trying to arm wrestle the hawk. You coming up short on your re-up, nigga we up. Really wouldn't want to be up. I kick my feet up, my beef is ragu and my truck is all speakers. Bills is all blue and my blunt is all reefer. With possible deniability, that boy eater. High quality whack juice by the liter. They like to call us ops, we got Oppenheimer features. That's the bomb out on the island just to teach you.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We ain't gonna play no games. First off the rip, thank you to anyone who stops in to check it out. If the audio is too low or anything, just let me know. Peace to my bros, Brass, DQ, Logic, Tri Media. I'm working with one arm, 1.5 arms. I can move my elbow, but my shoulder, I had some surgery on it, rotator cuff surgery. So I may be limited in my typing skills, but most of this stuff I don't think requires a lot of typing on my behalf. It's just to show people the different chatbots and things like that. Try to find out best use cases for them. Some custom ones people may be able to use. And that's it. You know, it shouldn't be a long video. Hopefully it's informative. And if y'all have any questions, just put them in the chat. Throughout the I guess, coming weeks, we might look at one or two in more detail and try to use some real world cases where we can help people out. Like people have a situation they need help with, um, as far as technology, how that can assist them, make or make their life or their job a little easier. Also, not just their problems or issues, just their day to day things they have to go through. All right. So on the screen is Chat GPT, right? Go over here with my mouse. I'm gonna turn my camera off. I don't think y'all need to look at me, right? Or I can get out the way, and maybe not. Let's see. Oh, that's too much. Well, we're gonna work on the screen size. Oh, yeah, I don't need to look at my face. That's probably better right there. All right. Chat GPT helped a lot of people. It confused a lot of people. Um, I wouldn't say people are misusing it. I would say people are not looking at the actual benefits of it. Just I guess like anything, you could use it for or fun or frivolous things, but for the most part, not necessarily how it could be beneficial to you. And it's a tool, and I think we should look at some of the pros and the cons about it. I'll put the camera on so people see them here. We could look at some of the pros and cons about it, misconceptions. It ain't going to be nerdy, geeky stuff either. It's just going to be like basic language, but hopefully help people understand what it is and other chatbots are, how they can be helpful, beneficial, and you can have fun with them. You can be creative with them. They can help you with your work, your finances, legal matters in some cases. I'm sure in their privacy and disclaimer section, it tells you not to use it for any of those things, but it is helpful. So what's on the screen is Chat GPT 4.0. Let me see if y'all can see the drop downs. Okay, the difference between the different versions are some are paid. I believe free people who don't have the paid plan can get GPT 4.0. But there is a paid plan. Paid plan. Let's now we ain't got to look it up what it does, but it pretty much gives you more access. It gives you a larger. It's called like a token limit, but down here it's just more words that you can put in and more information you can receive back if you pay for it. But there are different versions and you can change it. 4.0, mini, and 4. So you can go to the different models. But we're going to use 4.0 because I think people who don't pay can use that, right? On the left side, this is where your prior conversations are. Let me scroll down. Yeah, y'all all in my business on this one, but it don't matter. These are custom GPTs. We'll get into that in a little bit. But down here is where your history is. Why is that important? Because if I deal with something, let's go down here. If I'm dealing with this topic and I want to go back to that topic, I can come right back to it and take off from where I left off at, right down here in the message bar. I'm assuming most people have a general understanding of how ChatGPT, Google Gemini, that's this one. We're going to look at all of them. Copilot. Oh, that's Claude. My bad. Where's Copilot at? Copilot kicked me. So we got Gemini, ChatGPT. Let me open up Copilot again. Give me 1 second. Copilot. Let me just put that back up there. Add that to my group, which is school. All right. But back to ChatGPT, right? So back to ChatGPT. This lets you know what the conversation is, or which these are custom GPTs. Hold on, we're gonna get to that. I didn't mean to pull y'all into that. These are all custom GPTs. Some of them I made, some of them are in the GPT store where you can go in, find a GPT that's along the lines of the information that you're looking for. It's already set up. And when you ask it questions, it's more tuned into that particular topic instead of more generalized information. But this is one I made, bias detector, and it's just a conversation. Don't worry about the information in there yet. But up here is what GPT you're in. So if I were to go further down, let me see. That's my cybersecurity insight. That's a custom GPT. I'm trying to find one where it just shows you. Nope. Okay, here we go. Whatever GPT you're using, 4.0, 3.5, whatever conversation you start in that GPT, that's where it's going to be at. So if I did 4 in this one and I did 4.0, a little further up in and it tells you this was today, yes, previous 7 days. The more recent ones, I use 4.0. See that 4.0 pops up. That's the issue people have sometimes. They're like, I can't find an old conversation I had, or when I find it, it's using an older version of it. That's another custom one up here. But basically, this up here lets you know which GPT you're using, custom or their model. Let's go back up here to the most recent one. So GPT 4.0. That's something important to remember. Wherever you start your conversation at, and I'm saying conversation because these are conversational chatbots. It's not Google. What up, chef? It's not Bing. It's not a search engine. That's another misconception. Chatbots are not search engines. They are conversational tools that are based on pre-trained data. That means the data has already been input into them for a certain period of time. Most of them don't search the internet. If it searched the internet, you wouldn't need pre-trained data. So we'll talk about that maybe later. Why pre-trained data is important or not important for what you're trying to do. So basically, keep this in mind. What version of GPT you're on for whatever conversation you're having. And if you go back to your prior conversations, right, they may be on older models of GPT, so you may have to update that conversation, which basically means rewrite the prompt down here. So we're on GPT-4. Oh, let's do custom GPTs because this would help a lot of people out. Custom GPTs you can create, like right up here it says create. I made, where mine is at? Just so you can see mine. I made, these are all mine. They all do different things. Some of them I made for schools, some of them I made for other people. But these are all custom ones I made. So if I can make them, anybody can make them, and that puts you in the GPT store. These are all GPTs that either companies made or individuals made. And they deal with all type of topics. Writing, productivity, research, education, lifestyle, programming, etc. Right? So we'll just pick one for writing. Write for me. This is a custom GPT. I don't know exactly what it does. It's in the writing category. Whoever created this is by probably a person. They have other ones that are generated by actual companies like Canva and you can name any other company. We'll look at those. But this is called Write for Me. This GPT obviously is about writing. Whoever created it says it tailored tailored, engaging content with a focus on quality, relevance, and precise word count. So if you need something that is tailored, engaging, focuses on quality, relevance, and precise word count, this GPT is already set up to do that. We'll talk about why that's important in a minute, right? A regular conversation in ChatGPT is super general. It's really general. These are more specific GPTs for the different things that you're trying to accomplish. So research, a lot of research on YouTube, right? Scholar GPT. You guys may be interested in this one, right? Enhance research with 200 million resources and built-in critical reading skills. It has access to Google Scholar, PubMed, JSTOR, I don't know how to say that, Arxiv, and more effortlessly. So if I was doing research, I would go right to this one or one similar to this. I have, and these over here are stored ones that I use or they're mine. So just because I use this GPT, if I don't put it over here in my regular list, which is my history, here's my history of different prompts I put in, the information I was trying to get, or a history of custom GPTs, whether they are mine or someone else's. So we clear on the page, right? But let's go back to the main page. It's your main page again. Your custom GPTs, your history of information you was trying to retrieve over here, your conversations, prior conversations, and your main window. But let's go back to custom. Say you wanted to look up what do people, let's put in legal. People got legal problems going on. Put in legal. These are custom GPTs based around, and I just put it in there, so not something I use on regular basis, based around law and legal things. They're already set up to deal with those type of issues. Right here is a count of how many times someone used it. 100,000, 10,000. That's a good sign. A lot of people used it. 1,000. You can do more. Just go down. Right. So this is, and all I typed in was legal. Any other search that you want to do? What else is there? Just travel. Right. People travel. These custom GPTs are set up on what? Obviously, travel. The hell is that? Oh. And again, here's a count of how many people used it. 200,000, 5,000. So let's put in something like art and see what comes up. These are different ones for art. Trying to find one that an actual company or website user actually put in Canva. Watch this. Canva has one. Where's Canva's GPT at? They playing now. Oh, image generator. Let's put in image generate. Maybe not by company name. Image generate. I thought Canva had one. Where the hell did it go? Let me see if it's over here. Oh, Canva got up out of there, huh? But these are different custom GPTs for image generation. Midjourney. Anybody knows about digital art knows about Midjourney. That's this one right here. Let's look at Midjourney. If you find a custom GPT you like, click on the 3 dots, keep in sidebar. That would keep it over here in your history and your more common commonly used GPTs. If you don't like it, don't keep it in the sidebar, but you can use it. But this is Midjourney prompt and image generator. So back to ChatGPT, right? Version, history of custom GPTs, history of your conversations. All right. The information in here is irrelevant. Let's pull up something, but just to give an example, right? Oh, it's not gonna let me see the screenshot. Let's see if it lets me reload. Okay. You can drag a screenshot in here or attach a document from Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, upload. Here, this is a screenshot from a YouTube video that I was trying to get the text from to auto create my reels and TikToks and things like that, right? So while the person is going through their video, they're showing you their screen and they're going through it 100 miles an hour. So instead of me typing these steps, step 4, step 5, I screenshot it, drag it in here or upload it, upload the file right here. And I asked it, it says same here because early on I asked it to, let's just go to the top so you can see it. Extract the text from this here. So if someone has a book up on the screen or anything with text in it and they don't have a transcript where you can literally copy the text, you can screenshot it, put it in here, and as a general, this is a general conversation. It's not no special GPT or anything, just general. Extract the text. So it extracts it. So now once I get the text out of there, if not, and this person didn't have a transcript or a download, I'd have to type all this. So I'm not typing all that. I screenshot, upload it down here from your computer. 2 words, extract text. That's all I asked it to do. Everyone after that, I just wrote same. That's why it's not like a search engine. It's a conversational tool. It remembers what you asked it 5 minutes ago, 5 seconds ago. So you don't have to rewrite the prompt every time or your question every time. It understands that you're talking about the same thing that you just did. Extract text. Here's the text. Here's another clip from that video. I just wrote same. Same. Screenshots. Very important to help people out. If you're watching something or you're trying to read something online and there is not a PDF or anything, you can literally screenshot it, upload it, ask for information on it. This one was just text, but this is for a automated, what is this one for? Newsreel. Trying to automate the newsreels that go on our channel. We'll get into that like in a whole nother video, automation. But that's one use for it. Screenshots. I know y'all like to do gotcha moments with people and the information they put on the screen. But if you can't catch it, you can screenshot it. If you don't want to retype it, just drag it in here. Let me find another use that just off this small example. There was a link that I had and it kept giving me an error. So I screenshot the link from the video, not from their website. It reads the link, and somewhere I asked it, was that a proper link? That might be in another chatbot. But pretty much screenshot, extract text. You can have it. Let me scroll up. Once it recognizes the text, I asked it to add to it or change it so it fits my need. This was someone else's instructions or quote or a example. Here are some example captions. I can ask it to change this caption after it reads it to something more related to what I'm trying to do. This person's method was good, but I didn't necessarily need what was in their text. So I want their method, but I want it converted to something that I'm going to use it for. But since I was doing something similar to this person, these examples were fine. But that's another example of what you could use it for. Put a text in there, upload text, a screenshot. You can ask it to extract it and create something similar for you just off of a screenshot in these two simple words. That's why it's not Google. It's not Wikipedia. They don't work that way. All right. Do I have, let me just find something where privacy laws. Summarizing, changing information that's more suitable for you. This is another prompt. Write in first person and in one small paragraph, something I was doing for school or whatever. Pseudonymity, what was the hell that about? But long story short, more use cases than just asking it simple questions. You have custom GPTs. Where are my custom GPTs at? The internet is wilding, y'all. Here they go. 29 more. Let's pick one. My daughter uses this one. She curates NFT art and she has a decent following in Nigerian and they speak pidgin. So basically, this is a Nigerian pidgin to English translator. And it helped her and her artists in Nigeria convert common language and slang, which is important because when they're creating art in another country and they're trying to have it appeal to people in different countries, it helps to know not just the language, but the slang of that language and the more nuanced parts of that language, like African American vernacular, right? So this is something I made. It's a custom GPT that does exactly that. And these are some of the example questions. Can you translate this phrase for me? What does this mean? What does this Nigerian slang mean? How would you say this in American English? So it works on both parts, from the Nigerian side and the American side. But that's something we'll do one day. We'll create some custom GPTs. But these are just different custom GPTs, older conversations. So let's go back up here. Because it's conversational, you can ask it, what are, because people are messing this all up. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm up here trying to type with 1.5 arms and weaknesses. You don't have to guess. You can. Yes, when I move my arm, it hurts. Damn it. Chat GPT will tell you what it's good for if you ask it. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Up to date means whatever it was trained on at that time. And we'll talk about, again, why some of these chatbots are not connected to the internet and why they are not Google search with the most up-to-date information. And here are some of the weaknesses. Use this function, upload, before I forget, upload from a computer, images, text, screenshots, anything like that. That's why this attached file is here. But this is simple. You can ask it strengths and weaknesses. I think that's enough of ChatGPT. Oh, down here is you can copy this information. Thumbs down if you wanted to read aloud. You don't have to read it. You can hit this little speaker icon and it will read the information for you, which is also cool. So that's basic Chat GPT. Like literally, it's now to me it's more useful using custom GPTs in the GPT store, which is over here. Explore GPTs. All right, enough of Chat GPT. Unless y'all want to look at strengths and weaknesses. I would say up-to-date responses, translate that to the latest information that it has available to it, not what's on the internet currently as of today. And if it says the latest information is of March this year, then that's the latest information. Language understanding, consistency, adaptability, efficiency. Weaknesses, lack of personal experience. Obviously can't speak to you from a personal point of view. It's not a person. Context limitation. My context is based on the information provided during the conversation. Based on the information provided during the conversation. That's why Google has searches, ChatGPT has conversations. If the context isn't fully detailed, my responses may lack precision. We ain't got to go over that. Dependence on training data. My responses are based on patterns in the data I was trained on. This is not a search engine, which means this is important. I may not always have the most recent information, especially if it is in the if it's from after my last update in August 2023. That is important. Google gives you information right now, or any one of the chatbots that may directly be connected to the internet. Complex multi-step reasoning. I don't know. Y'all translate that to what you want it to mean for whatever you're trying to get it to do. What's up, Logic? Oh, what's up, Laxisate? Deep expertise in a specific domain might be challenging. And these are the strengths and weaknesses of ChatGPT, because I asked it that. What else? So we went over that pretty much. The model, custom GPTs, prior conversations, your upload option to upload files or images. You can also drag and drop them. You don't have to upload them. You can just drag an image in there. Let me see if I can just drag one in there. Now, this is a superhero that I created in one of the text to image generators. Let's ask it to describe the image. Let's see how it works. One word, describe. That, by the way, is Iron Man and Human Torch mixed. He needs a name. To me, I find if you use an image or if you upload something that you want information out of, I always ask it first to describe it. I don't tell it what it is. I don't, give it all that information, because I want to see how much information it can gather on its own about the image. Then once I know it correctly described the image, now I can go further with, any more questions I have about the image, right? Flaming aura, that's correct. Dynamic pose, correct. Mass face, bright colors. Anyone using a text to image generator You could copy this and paste it in there and see if you get, you probably won't get the exact character, but you may get something similar. You don't have to, you know, think about all of this stuff yourself. If it works for someone else, it should work for you. But these are some of the descriptors of the image. So now I know if I wanted any more, information about this image, I trust that it's going to do okay because it properly described it. So that's just one aspect of an image. I want to show you guys. Here we go. All right. This type of prompt and response can be exported as a Google Sheet or an Excel document. This is these are automated this is a script for the automated shorts and reels that are going to be on our channels. A table, important. Table means it's exportable as a Google Sheet or Excel document. That's a description of how to create it. But the main thing, output results in a table with columns. Name the columns. You don't got to worry about the prompts and all that. But this is just little stuff that, you can look at and see if you give it the proper information, it will give you something that you can work with. So I can literally copy this and paste it in a spreadsheet and it will load up properly in all the columns and rows. So that may be helpful, but we'll get into more detail. In other shows, when we actually had people, what's up, Bustetto? When we actually had people, we're trying to work on their particular issues like live. But that's ChatGPT. Let's go to Google Gemini. Y'all need that. That's something else. Create new chat. Same thing. What? Now, if I didn't have my headset and all that on, I don't know if it worked, but there's a mic down here. You don't have to type it in. You can talk it in. This one also allows you to upload an image. Let's see how it does with our superhero. It's not going to show up. Nope, I'm going to drag it. Let's see. Just to see if it can do the same thing. And then we'll ask for its strengths and weaknesses. Fiery red suit, helmet that resembles a blazing star. Dynamic pose, flames, bodysuit, flames emanate from their bodysuit. Menacing yet heroic appearance. Or for one word, I asked describe. I put the image in there and this is what it gave me. So now, to me, that's my process for anything I'll upload and ask it to either summarize, change. Oh, Scholar, hold on, Chef. Let me go back to that one. So we go to our Chef wants to know about a particular custom GPT. So we're going to go explore. Just going to put in Scholar. I forgot what we wrote. Maybe research is what we wrote. Scott. Don't laugh at my typing even, y'all. Scholar. Let's see. No, I think that was research and analysis. Let's do research. My bad. There you go. Scholar GPT. I don't have Scholar over here for me, but I do have consensus. I think most of y'all have consensus. Who's laughing at my my presentation? Ain't no presentation. That's a screenshot. We got beat. Scholar GPT. There you go. Scholar AI. If you're into scientific papers, patents, books, research literature. Again, these are for a more refined use. So I wouldn't use Wolfram, which is normally associated with like math. Right here it says it, computation and math. I wouldn't use Wolfram for image generation. Like I wouldn't open this custom GPT and be like, generate an image of a doom buggy. Like I wouldn't do that. I would be most likely using it for what it's set up for: computation, math. Uh, yeah, just math pretty much. All right, so let's go back to Gemini. All right, good practice that I use. If you upload anything, you ask it to. I didn't even say, please describe this, describe it. I just wrote describe. Like I don't got time for that shit. It's a damn chat bot. You talk to it how you want to. You don't owe it no respect. You can bang on it if you want to. Like, nah, that's wrong. So, um, that's just a good practice if you upload anything. So now we'll go back to. We'll start a new chat with Google Gemini. Obviously, they have an advanced one. They all have an advanced version, I think, that you could pay for, but theirs is pretty standard. So over here is your. Let's see if we can open up error messages. Let me see, just to show y'all. I had an error message somewhere. I just copied this shit up. Where is it at? Yeah, I had an error message. I don't see where it put it, but I just put explain the following error and it broke it all down for me. Python, that's coding and all that. Whoever's in the coding, it can help you with coding. Let's do new chat. Again, there's a microphone here. If you're using it, you can talk it into it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna spell all of this wrong. Not that wrong, but because I don't know how to type. And just see, it's gonna understand what I'm talking about. And y'all gonna laugh. Watch. It knows you messing the hell out of the word up. It doesn't care. Oh, look at this one. This just defined the words. Oh, it didn't give me strength. My bad. Copy. Let's put it in there again. Describe your. Yep, we spelled it all wrong on purpose, y'all. Don't worry about it. Oh, I tore that all the hell up. Look, all the hell up. It still knew what I was saying. But it will tell you its strengths and weaknesses. And this is Google Gemini. A language model. Well, personal strengths. It says it doesn't have personal. Oh, they got a little attitude. Whatever. Access to information. Language understanding and generation, problem solving, learning, adaptation. Limits, personal experience, dependency on data. My responses are limited by the quality and quantity of the data I have been trained on. Potential for biases. So no one had to stumble across this and go, oh, look, they're biased. Oh, look, it's this, it's that. If you can ask it. Or you can go to the white papers or the documentation for any of these chatbots when they first came out, and they all say that. But no one's going to read all that stuff. You could copy and paste the white paper in here, and that's good to break it down. Inability to understand context. That doesn't mean you may not get an answer, though. So it may misunderstand your conversation and still give you an answer. So let's go down here. This G right here, Google, what it's supposed to do is check their actual Google information, which is different from their language model. This will actually, that's why it's that color G. It will actually look online using its own Google search to see if this information is verifiable. And what you should get is if it is, it'll be in green. If it's not, it'll be in red. All right, let's see. We'll wait. While it's doing that, hold on. Google it. Let's see. We'll wait for that to work. So we got ChatGPT, we got Google Gemini, another good one, Claude. And then we'll do Perplexity. Where's okay, I got that up there. Well, let's put in some information because that's taking too long. Describe, just so we can have it. I wouldn't call it a fact check. I would call it a Google check because it's going to use its own Google search to verify the information. What was I doing the other day? Oh, was difference between, there was two things difference. Y'all make up something between. Let me see if I have it in here. Yeah, we'll do that. Between bias, let's do that. Bias and what's the difference between what do you call that when someone's not biased? They're come on, y'all in the chat. What is it called? Objective. There we go. Objective. We'll just see what it comes up. And then we'll try this Google double check function. Come on, man, work. What the hell? Hope this just don't give me these topics. Well, what it used to do while it was working, it would highlight things it can find in regular Google search in green. What it couldn't find in Google search, it would highlight in red. And then what it obviously didn't see anywhere, or it was impartial, it would just stay, it wouldn't have any highlight on it. But they probably jammed up whatever. So we got ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude. Same question for Claude. What are your strengths? I'm going to spell this all wrong 8 times, y'all. I'm sorry. And once my arm starts hurting, we are done. Weaknesses. If that's spelled right, we don't care. All right, for Claude, broad knowledge, ability to process large amounts of information. I think we're going to try to put like a whole PDF in one of these and see if it can deal with it. Consistent performance and objectivity, multilingual capabilities, can assist. Yeah, writing. This is just general. No real-time information or ability to learn or update knowledge. Why is that? Because these models are pre-trained. That's like a hamburger. When they give you a hamburger at the drive-through, it's already done. They're not going to add pickles later on, or no, they're going to give you a whole new one. It's done. It's done. The information is pre-trained. Cannot access external resources or the internet. It's telling you that. May occasionally produce incorrect or inconsistent information. Limited understanding of context. Who said, what's up? And I'm going to check. What are you looking at? Oh, GPT by Veed. Okay. Yeah, I think they do the text to video on Veed. Where are we at? Limited understanding of context beyond what is provided in the conversation. I think that's why people are getting the answers they want sometimes to use in arguments with other people. It's using the context that you put your question or your prompt in. It's not connected to external resources. Like I think ChatGPT, you have to tell it to go find resources offline. 4.0 Mike can do that, I think. No real-time information. Like that's important. It's not giving you the up to this minute. So if you're having discussion with it and you need something that's more beneficial, if you knew the current state of it, you have to understand these chatbots don't normally work that way. but that's pretty much it for limitations, right? Strengths and weaknesses. Let me see if I can find a PDF and see if we can put like a whole ass PDF in here and ask it a question, like a book or something, right? I think Claude has one of the larger text limit or token limit that you can upload. Like if it's a PDF of a book or something, I think Claude is one of the ones that will actually, and this is the free version, by the way. .5 Sonnet. You can upgrade. They always give you the option to upgrade. Here it is. Subscribe to Pro. I would not pay for Pro or upgrade on all of these. I would pick one. Gemini, Claude. I paid for ChatGPT. I'm not going to pay for Gemini. I'm not going to pay for Claude. Why? Because ChatGPT was one of the first ones. Microsoft put a lot of money into them. They have the custom GPT store, which to me is like really helpful because I don't have to tell it to fine tune itself to this specific issue if there's a custom GPT already made, and it allows me to make a custom GPT. So if I don't find one that suits my needs, I can actually make one myself. So where we at? Yeah, Veed is one in there. It just hit me Bustetto. That Veed was one. Let me see if I can find a book. Oh, Darity report. Nope. Anna's okay. Here we go. Let's see if we can put a book in here. Close that. This book. Let's see. Drag it right in there. This is a PDF file. Let's see how big it is. Democracy and Dysfunction. Don't ask me why that's in there. I probably had to do something based on that. Now, I don't know if it's going to summarize the whole book, but let's see. Conversation is 323% over length limit. So maybe not a whole book, but definitely a basic PDF. Let's see if we can put a PDF here. And it will let you know if the file you uploaded or image or any of that doesn't work. It gives you a but we're just gonna drag. Let's see. Okay. So that won't work. We don't have any errors. Darity report. I believe that's about reparations. I think that's Dr. Darity. Let's just see summary. Let's just see what it does. Nope. It's too much. Fewer or smaller files. I'm not paying for that, so we ain't gonna worry about that. But in the paid version, it gives you more leeway. It has the same functions as Gemini and ChatGPT. You can attach files. Obviously, that file is, how big is that file? Trial and error, but you find out. But we're not here for all the specifics today. We're just going to go over some of the most popular ones, right? And their strengths and weaknesses. Next one. So we did ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude. These are the free versions of Claude and Google Gemini. They both work pretty good for free. We'll do Perplexity last. Let's do Copilot. Copilot is Microsoft's chatbot. Let's see what I had in here. I used it for images, but hold on, let's see. Same question. Describe, and this is just general information for people. Just so they get used to a process. This one actually spells it out because that's good. I don't have to type. This one's similar. You can upload an image, that little icon right here, add an image. Now, I don't believe they allow you to add a PDF. unless you screenshot the PDF, that would be an image. So Copilot. Let's go to weaknesses. Lacks emotions, no personal experiences. My responses are based on the information and context provided by users. I don't know how y'all translate that, but that's telling me if I ask it a question in a certain way, I'll get the answer I want. May not be the right answer, may not. Oh, Jesus Christ. Show y'all my shoulder. Look at that. Oh, see the bandages? Rotator cuff. 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. So I'm operating from the elbow down over here on that arm. Let's go back. Yeah. Matter of fact, why is my camera even on? Let's go. My responses are based on the information and context provided by the users. That's why if you ask the question slightly different than someone else, you may get a completely different answer. If you ask the exact same question, you may get slight variations of the answer. Because it generates a new answer every time. If you go into Google search and you put in restaurants near me, it's going to probably give you the exact same list every time, right? Based on links in history and data. It's going to give you the exact same thing. Because chatbots are conversational, A. B, they're based on data that's already stored. And C, it's generating a new response every time. If you ask it the same question, you could get different answers from the. If me and Chef in Logic asked it the same question, we may get 3 different, not far out answers, but slightly different answers. That's because it's conversational. They're based on data for the 10th time that's already stored, right? And and they're based. Nah, I forgot the third thing, but whatever. So this is Copilot, the free version. What did I do with Copilot? I think I tried to, let's see. Yeah, I did some I think they use DALL-E 3 for their art generation. But Copilot is good. It's Microsoft. And we'll talk about the harm of big corporations in another episode. But yeah, this Copilot, I think that's the last thing I did with it. Obviously, here's just some image generation. I was trying to get Thanos and Optimus Prime to merge and be one thing. It gave me all type of weird shit. But again, now like ChatGPT, custom GPTs, Copilot has something called plugins. Instacart, Kayak, was that travel? What is Klarna? I guess Klarna is like a price search engine. Open Table provides restaurant recommendations, phone shop. These are all plugins. They're similar to the custom GPTs and ChatGPT, but obviously ChatGPT has way more, right? Way more. But at least they give you some, right? You get something. Choose up to 3 plugins for a conversation. That's cool. So if you wanted to discuss, say, prices, which one was prices? Right here. Klarna, about travel, and the restaurants, you could turn these 3 on. It would give you more fine-tuned responses for those 3 things: travel, prices, and restaurant recommendations. But I don't think they have a lot of plugins. So that would be the drawback. So that's Copilot. If you have, I believe the paid version for Copilot, they have an option where you can connect it to all of your other Microsoft products, your Word, your Excel, your PowerPoints, your mail, all of the things that Microsoft offer, like Microsoft 365. You could connect the AI with it, and it operates within all of those different applications. So if you were in Excel, you could say, email this to so and so, and um make a Word document out of it and send it to, it would all operate within the Microsoft products. But again, that's more specific for another show. Yeah, they use DALL-E 3. Here it is right here. DALL-E 3 is a ChatGPT text to image generator. So that's Copilot. So I would, if I were you guys, have Copilot on the tab. I would have Claude on the tab. Let's get that out of there. I would have Google Gemini on the tab. I guess they don't do the light up green no more, right? But they do give you, which is good. It back to the Google thing. Again, it used to highlight what was found in their search and what wasn't. Here they just give you the links, which is cool. To whatever conversation we're having. If you hit this G down here. So I would have Copilot, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, and the last one, Perplexity. Why y'all on my financial page on Perplexity? Trying to steal my API key. All right. Where's my library? Morning schedules. All right. Let's pull this one up. This was one. All right. Perplexity will give you sources. Probably not. Well, let's look at the screen first of all. Let's start a new thread. I didn't want to do that, but we'll leave that here. This is your library of your past conversations. Discover. Just give some information, and looks like blog posts and websites. We're not doing that. Home. But here's your library, your home, your new thread. They're all similar. Whatever conversation you're having, you can go back to that conversation and continue. That's why library and what it is called over here. Just your past chats and Copilot. Let's go back to Copilot over here. Chats. That's all good because you can go back and continue the conversations. Even Claude has it. Right? There we go. Project. So I could go back into this conversation I had however long ago and continue. Let's go back to Perplexity, right? And we're gonna bundle it all up at the end. This is just going through them real quick, but we'll do shows where we can get in more detail. Perplexity. Let's start a new thread. What is going on in the world, y'all? Let's see. Presidential. We'll just put in election because I'm in cybersecurity election. Let's do cyber attacks. Cyber attacks. Now, again, it's not going to give you scientific papers, or we'll look at another tab for that, but it will give you sources. My prompt was presidential election cyber attacks. So they have a tab over here, search images, search videos, generate image. So that's the AI part in it. You can generate an image, search videos. If you want videos on the topic, I'm sorry, and or images. But just to show you what kind of sources it gives you, if you click on more, it will give you each source. So I didn't put in a date like 24, but let's just click on it. And it'll take you right to the web page. Let me make sure y'all went to the web page. Yeah, it did. So some people are more specific when it comes to sources. So again, this may not be the proper source that's suitable for whatever research or what you're trying to do. But it does give you from websites, Cyber Defense Magazine, PBS News. I would say these are all trusted, right? But that's one of the differences with Perplexity than the other chatbots. You actually get the sources, and it provides them automatically. My prompt was presidential election cyber attacks. I didn't ask it anything else, obviously. It's just giving us some information, attribution, targets, motivations, methods, broader context, response and mitigation, blah, 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 and some sources. So this is a good one if you want documentation to support your argument or whatever your discussion. Not necessarily argument, but to support your information. All right, so that's Perplexity. This is also the free version. Not doing it. Y'all didn't put nothing on my cash yet. No, I'm not putting my cash up here. I'm messing with y'all. But I would find one. I would pay for at least one. I would. I chose to pay for ChatGPT. The main reason was because it allowed me to create my own GPT. And then, matter of fact, how long we? An hour? Okay. We'll look at maybe the process of creating a custom GPT. But before you create a custom one, check and see if they have one already, because you'd be wasting your time telling yourself, yeah, I want one that does this, this, and that, and the next. You go through all that work, and there's one that does all that. It's not monetized. So even though someone may use my GPTs, I don't get paid, not yet. But it was good going through the process of learning how to create them. I have one Ancestral Echoes. Basically, whatever topic I put in here, this one analyzes whatever I put in here with the perspectives from African Americans. So if I put something in here, and this is like for personal use. So you can create a GPT for your business, for school, for your personal, use. But if you like this one I made, if I wanted to know the impact of any topic and how it relates to African Americans. So we'll put in something like COVID. That's it. All I gotta do is put in COVID-19. And let's see. So because it's a custom GPT, the engine in the background already knows all the specifics of what I'm looking for. Not necessarily the information, but the specific process that I wanted to go through, which is I don't care about nobody else but African Americans, no matter what I put in there. So the answer, it just gave me off of one word, COVID-19, right? It gave me the overview of the pandemic, and it shows us African American impact and contributions, healthcare workers, public health advocacy, vaccine development, African American scientists. This is good for like Black History Month. Community support, art and culture, challenges faced by African Americans, like the negative effects, health disparities, economic, systemic racism. And that was just off of that term, COVID-19. So this is a personal one. I showed you the one for my daughter. She uses this one for business when she deals with Nigerians. What else did I have? Sales Pitch Pro. I think I made this one if people are trying to sell something and they don't know how to write up the post for, you know, you're selling something on Facebook or whatever. But if you want to write an ebook, hold on, there's Impact Lens. This one I made, that's probably again more personal, but if you were doing a project somewhere you needed more information, let's we'll use COVID-19 again. Let's put in COVID. I know people think that's simple, but you know what? It's general, it just happened. It's real shit. Again, off of one word, one prompt. Impact Lens custom GPT already knows the criteria I want it to follow, and I'll show you that in a minute. Which basically, whatever prompt you enter, it should show you the impact on different aspects of society and nature and things like that. Maybe I forgot what I put in here, but public health impact, social, educational impact, economic impact, environmental impact, legal rights, vaccination, public health, lessons learned. No, I'm not doing it with y'all tonight. So that is why custom GPTs to me are important, and that is why I would pay. Or if sources, you know, are important to people, again, non-scientific sources, you could pay for Perplexity. You get a image generator. You can find resource videos and resource images, so that's decent to pay for. Gemini, why would you pay for Gemini? I don't know. I think you get a lot of similar stuff. Image generation. I don't know if you get access to the internet with it, but here it does use Google to give you links, which is cool. Yeah, that's what it does. It used to, like I said, highlight, but it doesn't. Now it just gives you links, which is cool. Claude. Um, Larger context window, I think, in general than most of them. Like I don't think you can put a book in here for the free version, but Claude is fast too. Like a lot of times I use it, it's very quick. Like as soon as you hit that enter button, it's already giving you an answer and feedback, right? So I don't know if I pay for it, but if I was going to pay for another one, it probably would be Claude to get some work done. Copilot. If you're into Microsoft products, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc., it might be worth it to pay for this one because it literally connects all of your Microsoft products, applications, and it could, you know, reference in between each one. All right, let's go. Where were we at? ChatGPT. Yeah, we did that one. Hold on. Oh, why I would choose ChatGPT, the custom ones. Now, because I created a custom GPT, or you create one, you can go back and edit it, right? So let's go down here to our Explore, where were we on? Impact Lens. Edit. This is like how the custom GPT acts. This is like the background of it, right? Here's a description. You can type that in or it can generate it. That's the difference between create and configure. Configure is more you can put in the detail. Create is more it helps you along the process. Simple, right? Description, instructions. It gives you example questions. Say, I didn't like that. What were the environmental impacts of blah, blah, blah. What's up, Cuban? I could change that question. These questions were generated by ChatGPT. So if I didn't like them, I could get rid of them. I could add my own questions here, my example questions, or as they call it, conversation starters. Knowledge base. You used to be able to upload individual PDFs. Why would you do that? Because if it's going to be a specific GPT for a specific function, I may not know how to find out environmental impacts, but I can go to a government website, get the latest PDF on how they determine environmental impacts, and put that PDF in here. I think you can put 20 PDFs. I tried that the other day and it only let me put in a zip folder with all of the PDFs in it. Like it wouldn't let me upload all the individual files, but upload files. Let's see if I can find just, what is that? Impact. Nope, we're going to do it from scratch, whatever. Let me go. Let's do this. Environmental impact PDF. Just going to search it real quick. Mental science. We just do PDF. Just to see if we can get a PDF and upload. Environmental impact. Just so we can find one, and let's go right here from the government. Download it. Yeah. All right, so we'll go back over here. Where were we at? ChatGPT. We'll see if we can upload it. Downloads. Oh, let me do it. All right. So to give your GPT a knowledge base, you can upload PDFs here, and it's going to refer to this. That's all a part of your instructions. Ensuring information is provided. Trying to see if I put in there. Okay, it will continue to prioritize credibility and sourcing information, and But long story short, you could upload your base information that you want your custom GPT to reference along with its own AI abilities. But this is where you would do that. Because I don't know anything about environmental impacts here and there. So you would go find that information in general. You can upload them here. So I can update it. Now, once it updates, right? You don't have to share it. It can be only mine. So you can make custom GPTs and just have them for you. I can send someone a link. You can send someone a link to your custom GPT. GPT store, or it can go in the store for public use. So either only me, anyone who I share it with, or the store. Right now, mine is in the store for everyone to use. Where's one I just made for my daughter? She curates art, NFTs, all of that stuff. So she deals with people who need biographies or their bios, whether it's for the social media, print campaigns, museums, anything like that. So instead of her going through the process of asking people about their bio, this and that, shortening it's too long, basically not troubleshooting, proofreading people's bios and things like that, and explaining them the difference between a bio, say for social media, as opposed for a blog or a job interview or anything like that. I made this one for her. So she can literally drag and drop someone's bio in here, screenshot it, download it as a PDF, and ask questions about it. She can have it rewrite it. She can have it emphasize certain points, all from a few phrases. So let's look at behind the scenes on this one just to see if that information is still here. So we go to edit, my GPTs, edit. Yeah, see, that made me zip up a whole bunch of PDFs. I tried to drag them all in here once. Maybe that wasn't the right way to do it, but it's a zip file. In that zip file, do I still have that folder? Let me see. It's basically, but it was basically a bunch of PDFs on what a good biography is, how to critique a biography, how to make it better, what's the difference between long and short form, all of these different PDFs. I just went to different websites and got information on biographies, online, written, things like that. And that is a part of my knowledge base for this particular GPT. Instructions. Someone would say, I know you didn't sit here and go through all of these instructions. What if you forgot something? I did not come up with any of these instructions. Create will ask you interactive questions. Okay, Lenny, you want to make a biography custom GPT. What do you want to name it? What do you want the image to be? What is it about? What should or should not ask the people using the app? I didn't do any of that. I went over here, Google Gemini. Hey, I'm creating, let me see if it's still in here. I'm creating an app. Here we go. BioBrush. Let's look at my first prompt. I am creating a biography writing GPT. I need help on how to interact with users to start what, blah, blah, blah. What should be avoided? This question came from ChatGPT because it asked me, what do you want to do? Obviously, it knows I want to create a assistant for in creating and refining impactful biographies. It knows that much. Whatever the next question was that it asked me, I put that shit in Google Gemini. Right? What to emphasize, what to avoid. Copied all of this. Copy. Pasted that shit right back in here. Those are my instructions, right? But as you go throughout this process, because remember, create walks you through step by step. If you want to do it specifically the way you want to do, the name, the description, instructions, all that, you can go in here. As I put those answers in here, it would ask me a follow-up question. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Is it good? Any question that may have been a little different, like, okay, we got the format. How should I deal with social media? I would take that question. I would put it right here, Google Gemini. What was the second thing it asked me? That was the first one. Oh, no, I think it only gave me two. Okay, here you go. Interactions. That came from ChatGPT. So I put it in here, blah, blah, blah. It gave me all of that. All of that to say the instructions, the archive, which is the uploaded PDF files for reference, all came from other sources. I literally didn't come up with any of this. Only thing I came up with was bio brush up. I did come up with that one. But it will help you with a name. It will help you with a description. It will help you with all of that. And again, you can have it for yourself. Anyone with the link, put it in the store for public. So save. I don't know if I had anything. So that is why I would spend my money on ChatGPT, because I can make my own GPT. But it helps, and you don't have to add research material. Like you don't have to add let's go to bias detector. Let's see if that one has some. Yeah. So for a bias detector, analyzes potential biases. That's good if you're writing something for school, or you know, you're doing something for work and you want your biases to come shining through. Excuse me. A PDF, guidelines for bias free. How do I get that out? Oh, that's in my downloads. Spy the lie, former CIA, I think CIA agents, how they look for bias or lying, recognizing bias, the leader's guide to understanding bias. Those are all PDFs in my downloads. So not that it's only going to reference these, it's also going to do its AI thing, right? But it's going to keep in mind that it has uploaded reference material, which is from different websites that I guess deal in bias, guidelines, how-tos. I think you can put up to 20 files in here too. And again, all of these instructions, nah, I didn't type all that up. It asked me a question over here. I took that question, took it over here, and let Google, Gemini, or you can put it in Claude or Copilot, because they're all going to give you slightly different answers. And that's why I'm not going to pay for all of them. But this is a bias detector. And what it should do is analyze bias in content. So you take a piece of whatever, type in something, you can test your argument. Or if you're writing a paper, like I said, school, put it in here. Hopefully it can help you point out any bias. Jesus. What else? So let's go back to the custom GPT Explorer. But there's already a ton of them already made. Lifestyle, astrology, therapists, fitness, education, physics, law and legal, research. SciSpace has their own. No, let's look at SciSpace. SciSpace is a research paper AI like search engine. So if you need more formal research material, you go to SciSpace and they will give you research articles. Harnessing single value linguistic complex. I don't know what the hell that's about. But it's an actual research field. Let's look and see what it gave us. Abstract. And again, if you pay for it, you get more access to, you can chat with the paper, which is basically, like an AI chatbot. You can use the already established, like, popular prompts for it: conclusions, implications, limitations, contributions. So they're starting more and more to have the information for you and how to interact with that information. So you literally don't have to come up with the whole process, or be on point with everything. It will help you along the process. So if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, it can help you look for it. Once you find it, if you don't know how to interact with it, or extract information or use it for your benefit, all of these things are starting to be present and visual for you. It wasn't that way like 2 years ago. You had to say, okay, I want the practical implications or the limitations. And if you couldn't think of that, then it just wouldn't give you the limitations. You'd be sitting there. So now they have all of that stuff more accessible. But that's SciSpace for scientific, I believe, articles. They are papers, scientific papers. We put in the topic. What else is going on? Climate change. Let's just put in climate change just to see what it gives us. Climate change. That's a explain abstract conclusions, results. All right. If you pay for it, obviously you get more features. But that's what SciSpace is for. Copilot. Let me close it. The hell's this? Oh, let's do archive for PDFs, because everybody wants PDF. Don't be in my old school music. Don't do that. Okay. Copilot, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity. What the hell is this? All right. Let's do one more and then we'll get the hell out of here. My research. Oh, here it is. What's this? Product hunt. I don't think y'all need product hunt. Let's like new products out. Oh, let's do that. Let's see. My bit. This is good for your reference section of your writings. If you're writing and you have a link to a website or a web page, you can put it in here and it will create the bibliography for you. It will format it. Like War and Peace and Yeah, the Discord is wild. I don't know what the hell's going on in there. They definitely wild in there. I'm trying to calm it down. I don't know, man. It's just a lot of personal stuff that I don't want nothing to do with. But yeah, my bib short for bibliography. So if you want to organize your sources for your writing or your research papers, if you want to generate in text references or just a list of references, you can put it in here. Well, you know what, let's go find that article again. Let's see. Not PDF, and see what it does. Let's do this. Basically, you can, let's do this. Say we're going to use this as a reference just to see if it works. My bib. No, we are AMA 7th edition for citations. Pretty much a citation generated. Add citation, put the link in there. Okay, found the link. Has our author, date, website name. Let's hit save. There you go. So you have your references. You can put them in alphabetical order the more you generate. Center APA citation format. You can also, if you want to use the in-text citation, you just hit copy in-text citation and paste it in your paper or whatever. You can copy the reference entry and put it in the reference section of your paper. But yeah, that's my Perplexity, ChatGPT, only one I'll pay for. Loosen our Discord. Oh. Okay, that's what's up, Boostetto. If you got any questions, you know, we can go through it. Gemini, not paying for that yet. Claude, not paying for that yet. But if I don't know, between Perplexity and Claude, that's a toss-up. And Copilot. Don't need that. We can get rid of that. Yeah, if your Chrome browser is acting up too, just go over here. Make sure it's updated. Go down here to help about Chrome. A window will pop up and it will let you know if it's up to date right here. A lot of people have issues because they don't update their Chrome. This is Copilot again. What is this? What is this? Oh, U.com. U.com is like a search engine. It's like Google, but it has used to have image generation. It's an AI. Let's go here. Looks like just news articles. But you can sign in and you get options like image generation. It works the same as the other search engines. And I think it may be, I'm not gonna say it's connected to the internet, but it's another option. U.com. YOU.com. That's why it's up here. Now, there's an AI for that, right? Outside of custom GPTs, you can go here and see if there's a particular AI, which isn't one of the big ones like ChatGPT or Claude or something. Let's put in, I don't know, what do y'all do for a living? Let's put in sales, whatever, just to see what comes up. Sales coaching. These are a list of GPTs, not GPTs, I guess AIs for sales. Let's just click on one, see what it looks like. Sales coaching, website reviews. But basically, it's a website to let you know if there's an AI for that. That's why the name is there's an AI for that. And you just put in here the search function. that may be helpful for people who got really specific needs. I think my sister-in-law, what did I do? Home decor. I think she wanted one. Let's just see. Room AI, interior design. So if that's your thing, some of them may be paid, some of them may not be, but it's a more refined and specific way to find AIs for what you're doing outside of custom GPTs. I think that's it. See if there's anything else up here I can show y'all. Oh, how do we get music off of YouTube? Copy the YouTube URL, paste it in here, hit convert. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to YouTube. Let's find us a song. There we go. I will be sampling this song later for a beat. Take that, copy the URL. This is called YTMP3S. Paste it in here. Did it paste? Or did I copy it? Oh, hold on. Let me copy that. My bad. Copy. All right. Convert. It's going to convert it to an MP3. Be careful with these sites. Sometimes they take you to another page for the download, and that's the page where they get you. So use these sites sparingly. Then you would click download. Ask you where to download. And I could download that. And now that's an MP3. So that's how you convert a YouTube video. Get the URL. YTMP3. Paste it in there. Now, I don't do next. I just refresh it and then start all over with the new one. Because the next, I think, starts sending you further into the web page. But yeah, that's an easy YouTube music converter. If y'all want to bootleg some music. I think that's it. What is this? Chrome. One day we'll go over this right here too. Google extensions. Google extensions basically work with whatever web page you have open. That's pretty much what they do. They don't do anything outside of that. So they interact with whatever page you have open. Research. Oh, that was my notebook. Y'all saw that. Pew Research Center. Always good for statistics. Y'all should have that in your tab. On all type of different topics. They got a lot of different tools, data sets, survey questions, global information. Always should have Pew Research. And that's it. But yeah, my custom GPTs, if anybody wants them, I'll start putting the links in the Discord or something. Like I said, some of these are mine. Some of these are already created. Maybe next week we'll go through and actually make one for like 2 people. We'll go through the whole process. All right. Spreadsheet. What is this one? Spreadsheet companion. So if you got a spreadsheet and you need to operate with it or do something with it, drag it in here, go to work. Super helpful for people who deal on spreadsheets. And I'm sure you can put some information in here and create a spreadsheet, not knowing anything about spreadsheets. And that's all I got. Unless y'all got something else. How much time? Hour and 45 minutes. See that logic? That's how you do it, man. That's all I got. Logic, where you at, man? You want to come up, holler at the people? Anybody want to come up, holler at the people? Peacemaker, Cuban chef, Laxus 8. Oh, let me put the link in here just in case somebody want to. That's mad rude, huh? Or if anyone has any questions. Let me see what else we got. Oh, Metricool. Let's look at Metricool. Let me share that screen. Stop. Present. What's up, man? I don't hear you. Window, Chrome tab. Metricool. Share.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you low.
Oh, what's up, my brother?
There you go. What's up, man?
Man, cooling, man, cooling. I was just on my way back to the room for my workout, man. So it's dark out here. I ain't got my camera on. I'm driving and stuff. But yeah, I definitely appreciate you dropping some knowledge and given how to properly use ChatGPT because it's a useful tool. It's
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be a part of the future, not just for people behind the computer, but they're going to have big corporations taking advantage of AI and all its capabilities too pretty soon. So that's something important for us to at least know how to use it and work it, and potentially put it to work for us. You know what I'm saying? That's a real deal thing right there.
And they definitely are. They're already using it. Government agencies using it. Financial institutions. Education. They're
Mm-hmm.
already using it. And it's only going to get more and more effective, and that means more and more people are going to be affected.
Right. Yep.
As it gets effective, we will be affected. So definitely helps to know about it. What else you got going on, man?
Nothing. I'm thinking of doing my final show on hip hop, maybe Sunday or Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about knocking that out. I think I've put the story together. Um, I found out what's the best way to intertwine, at least the way the story unfolds to where you can clearly see that Latinos, participated in the origin of it. Are coming straight out that book, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. You said you read it too, so it shouldn't catch you by surprise. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got some tabs, and I just got to find it where I had them at, or something, or some
I'm
highlights
sure
in there.
you got them in a clip, and they'll appear in the most convenient of times. I'm sure you do. You
no,
ain't
no,
that old.
no, I wouldn't. No, there. Where the hell are? No, I have them in a computer. I don't know if it's a laptop, the iPad, or the one that's I'm looking at now. So because I downloaded the book as a PDF,
Hmm.
so I just forgot where the hell I put it. I didn't put it up in
That's what I was looking for. I was looking for it in the PDF, and I couldn't find it, so I wound up just getting an audio book. And I've
I
been
got.
listening to it because when you hear the audio book, you kind of got to listen to it more than one time so you can catch all the little details. But when they get to the Bambaataa story, and you know what? I actually heard one of our shorts on Instagram the other day, and I actually heard True Savior actually talking about it. So this shouldn't surprise him either, right? When you see the gang culture, the way the gang culture unfolds in 1971 kind of paves the way for his particular story to involve Latinos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that part of the book, but
Well,
whereas they're not a prominent part of Kool Herc's story, they are a prominent part of Bambaata's story.
yeah, and there's a lot of other, I think, points he's making in the book outside of hip hop, and I think that's what people thought it was a hip hop book. It's like a socioeconomic things he touches on. It's a
Mm-hmm,
regional thing. It's extremely regional. Um, it's not just about hip hop and the history of it. Like he touches on a lot of different things, but it's also other things that he looks at outside of hip hop. And
Yeah,
and I,
he's
and I think he has a more push towards what he thinks caused or what was the reasons that hip hop could bubble up like that, which I don't, everybody doesn't agree with that. Everybody agrees what was going on at the time, but that doesn't necessarily like
well, that's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
it doesn't equal hip hop. Like if you recreated that right now, the economic situation with the, all of the different dynamics going on, that doesn't mean you're gonna have something like hip hop.
I mean, that's fair, right? All I'll say is he
Mhm.
is a scholar. There's no unanimous. This is the one true story
Yeah,
here. He is a credentialed scholar on the subject, and his opinion on it or his story of it says that, right? I can be comfortable without using none of my own words and just say what he's saying and call that a source. I'd be comfortable with that. And I could understand where you might disagree, but that's with the credential expert, and you're not disagreeing with me
no,
about
no, no. I think what it is that's what happens. We get into disagreeing with people.
it. Hmm.
And that's not necessarily personal. Like you can understand someone's point of view and not disagree with it non-offensively. Like his point of view doesn't offend me or what I think or any of that. Like it's not offensive.
Right. It
And
shouldn't.
that's how it turns out sometimes. Like, oh, I got to
Hmm.
talk this person down and muddy his points because I don't agree with them. I'm a
Right.
certain age too. I've seen some things. I don't have to necessarily, um, I can use some of my personal experience, like we all can. So we don't have to discount our disagreement sometimes, but if if that's information, it's followable, it's traceable. That's why when I went through it, I didn't read the book word for word. Good God, what is it like 500 and some pages?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
you got
big
the
one.
audio book.
It,
It's
yeah, it's still 19 hours on audio book.
yeah. That's so you talking about. That's
Yeah, it's
probably
a
like
serious.
like
It's
560 pages or something.
it's it's
So
about 500, almost 600 pages. It is.
no, you definitely it's a and that's what I'm saying. It's not just hip hop. He goes into some personal stories that they're like the scope is limited as far as the people. Like he don't talk about 100 different hip hop people. It's not,
Mm-mm.
and he
Nah,
intertwines it with
and a lot
again
of
what's
people.
going on with
Yeah, some of the people he
socioeconomics.
talking about aren't even hip hop. Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. But it's a little interesting story. I like how it's laid out, and I could see the argument that he's making, and it makes sense. It makes sense. So I got
That's
to
what's
put a
up.
flyer to do. I got to give myself some more work. Another show that I might have to clip up at some point. But hey, look, it's all in the game, right? But I think that is probably what I've been wanting to do as far as the hip hop conversation, tie it together and not just say, hey, this is what the scholars are saying about it, or this seems to be the story I keep.
Well, hopefully we can get to the fun part of it. Not just the finger pointing and they're trying to nail this into something that fits into a museum. That to me, there's way more fun and innovation in it than it is by trying to put it in a museum or have it documented word for word. And even though it's 50 years old, quote unquote, it's that.
And I didn't realize I was
Oh
off.
yeah. I
Yeah,
thought you was done. My bad.
no, yeah. What I was just saying. That's what I've been wanting to do is just make like one final clarification video. Doesn't have to necessarily be too long. I'm gonna let people come up and do what they do. We could have a cooler discussion about it, but it's I thought that's exactly what I've been looking for the whole time. Instead of me just saying, "Hey, here's what people say when I look it up," I actually can hear somebody telling the story of this is how they see the contributions of the Latinos into, creation of hip hop. I thought it was pretty interesting, and the way he words it, the way that part of the story unfolds, that part of the story, it's kind of essential, right? You would say that you would have to have this level of cooperation and participation to even make it happen. So we're gonna get to that. I'm gonna try to get some pictures. The story is all over the place as far as like what happened. It's just like it's in a funny place. Like you wouldn't expect the gang culture to have as much relevance to the creation of hip hop, but it kind of makes sense if you put it. If it was that bad, and then all of a sudden you have this truce, which doesn't mean all crime is going to stop immediately the next day, but if those truces were held up and neighborhoods to go to these parties, it kind of makes sense. And then some of these gangs are Latino gangs, and then who's going to the parties? I mean, you got the gangsters at the parties, and some of the gangsters are Latinos, so it makes sense. I'm gonna put it all out there and make a little presentation out of it, have some fun with it. Let the people come up and do their thing too, have a nice little conversation, and then I'll definitely be done with it. At least at that point I'll be at peace with the hip hop conversation.
Yeah, I'm more interested, like I said, in just how it changed throughout the years, the innovation in it. I have personal experience that, things I learned in dealing with it, the major part of my life, the DJing played and all of that, and not necessarily, like I said, this whole museum and documentation thing, and the
You,
who did what and all that.
right.
That's for another. I didn't even like that conversation. I took some of it personal, obviously, because how it was presented on YouTube, but
Right.
I
How it
never took
unfolded.
it.
Right.
Yeah, I never took it that personal because you know my stance from day one. I always looked at it like it was African American culture, like
Mm-hmm.
just a continuation, that and I also realized that doesn't work for a lot of people because they don't that participating in offends a lot of people for some reason. And I
And
try to
it,
think about my own friends, like would they be offended if I said you participated in something? And most of them would say no. That's why the
mhm.
animosity that you see people, it's YouTube shit.
Yeah, it gets
They, like
crazy.
like they
I even agree
if
with
I
that. I do
participated
think it's the
in something with them,
continuation.
I wouldn't
Mhm.
be offended if they say I participated in their thing. Like that was
Right.
never because it's the distinction between, let's just use two groups of people. We ain't gonna talk about living conditions. We ain't gonna talk about socioeconomic conditions or location. Puerto Ricans and black people. There are some major distinctions there that just don't easily meld together because you live next to each other, right? And to me, that was the good part of having multicultural. Well, I like about my neighborhoods when I grew up, multicultural neighborhoods and friends. That was the
Mhm.
good thing. Everybody could be who they are, right? It wasn't y'all or this or y'all. No, no, no. I have specific friends from specific places, and their families are from specific places. So it's similar to that argument they use. Well, if you get pulled over and a Jamaican guy get pulled over, they don't know he's Jamaican and you're African American. It's that bundling everybody together stuff that because people don't want to be bundled together. They
Right.
didn't want that.
Right. There's
Like,
no.
you know what I'm saying? Because
Yep.
in general, you want to keep your culture. You want to share it. You want to participate in other people's culture and respect their culture. It wasn't, it sounds like a lot of it was, oh, it just all went together. And that's not true. To this day, it's not true. It's not. Because if it just kept all going together, neither culture would exist. That's why I was
Yeah,
asking
we
Cuban
have
about this. I think the Zulu
some new
beads one day,
culture.
you know. Like on Puerto Rican Day when they had that parade down in New York, the Puerto Rican Day parade, you're gonna see that flag everywhere.
Hmm.
You ain't gonna see no red, black, and green flag all up in there. No. And a Juneteenth flag, you ain't gonna see that all up in there. People are allowed to have their culture and they're proud of it and they want to keep it. So I think the brush is too big. We all, us, we, it's too big of a brush. And then your point too, not to drag it out, Africa Bambaataa and them, that's an older generation. Even at that time, they were a little older than the quote unquote people who came in like the mid 70s. That's where you start getting the teenagers, right? The
Hmm.
younger people involved. Because if you look at how old Herc and them was in like the mid 70s, they're not young. I think they're born in the 50s, as opposed to someone who was born in the mid 60s. That's a big difference. Somebody who's 10 and somebody who's 17, somebody who's 18. Major difference. So now, so I just like you said, you state your case, lay it out, and we can move on. Because trust me, it's way more fun.
You move on. I'm with you. It's not a terrible topic, but it's kind of like it don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? It don't. It definitely doesn't.
Nah,
It doesn't. I don't feel like it adds, takes away. I just feel like it's a frivolous argument to be making, especially even worse to be mad about. That's super duper. But
yeah, and the name calling and disrespect. I couldn't see my family, my in-laws, or my friends who are Puerto Rican, like ever us arguing about anything like that. That's ridiculous. Like, are you serious? And because I was a DJ, I used to take all of my friends with me when I went to DJ, whether it was wedding, not all of them, but like 3 or 4 people. One to help me move all that shit. And two, if it's a wedding reception, we get to dress nice, we get to eat good, we get to participate, in something that's important to people, family reunions, birthday parties, retirements, all of that. I would take my friends, black, white, Puerto Rican, we rolling.
oh,
It was just something, and that's what I'm saying about the fun aspect of it. So, but
yeah,
definitely, the
Herc even
detail
in
that goes into it is important too. I think, the technical parts. So you said Monday or Tuesday? Oh, I lost you. I
no,
lost you, bro. There you go.
yeah, Sunday or Monday. I'm gonna try to get that way.
Yeah, you breaking up. Sunday or Monday. That's the last thing I heard.
On Monday. I'm about to head upstairs, man. I'm gonna catch y'all later, bro. Good show.
All right, man. I appreciate you stopping through.
Uh,
All right, bro. Later.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to press that. Oh,
What? What happened? Would you hit end stream?
I did, but I canceled. I guess I canceled. Yeah, you good, bro.
Logic was about to get us out of here. That's funny. All right, man. I don't know what Logic doing, y'all. But what's on the screen is Metricool. Basically, Metricool, yeah, we get right back to it, is a social media planning app. So I'll just show you our calendar. Oh, come on. Gotta refresh. Let's do month view. All right, let's do month. Calendar view month. There we go. So, cheat code, cheat code, cheat code. This is where if you create a post, say you create a YouTube short, you can use Metricool. Let me go to the window. to schedule that YouTube short to post on certain days at a certain time. If you go to week view, you can, let's do week view. So Sunday at 11 a.m., this post will post on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's I think it's a YouTube short or Unreal, but that's what Metricool allows you to do. So that one short is going to post at this time, 11 a.m. on Sunday. Well, this is old, I think. On all of those platforms. I'm going to touch the screen like y'all can see my hand. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. 5 platforms. You click on it. Let me make sure y'all can see that. Yeah. This is where it would post. This is the text. I just used hashtags. This is the video. This is what a preview of what it would look like on each of those sites. So Instagram was no, which one was wild? Instagram, yeah, see, that's a little wild. But that's what it would look like on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on YouTube. But that's pretty much what Metricool is. Can be all Jules here, Jules. Let's go back to calendar month. And you can schedule it for the whole month. So where are we at? Today's 23rd. I have Reels already set up to run all of next week at 4 p.m. on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So whether we create content or not, we already have Reels set up to run, or YouTube Shorts or TikToks, whatever the hell you want to call them. So that is my last tidbit for the day. It's been 2 hours. My pain medicine is not working like it should on my shoulder over here. But Logic came on to push live over 2 hours. Yeah, Herc born at 55, 65, 75. So if he was born at 55, that means he was 20 and 75. You know, so that's an old head back then. All right, y'all. I ain't got nothing else. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate y'all in the chat. Try Media, to my bros, Logic, Brass, DQ. Maybe next week we do things more in particular. Try to help some people out. You know, show them how they could use custom GPTs. All right. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for stopping through. And I'm out.
Gotta hit it like tap it in the zone. Share it with the world, make the vibe known. Subscribe to the beat, feel it in your phone. Catch the waves we throw, you ain't alone. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep the rhythm alive, we thrive. Hop on this digital ride. Let's multiply the vibe worldwide. Gotta hit it like tap it in the zone. Share it with the world, make the vibe known. Subscribe to the beat, feel it in your phone. Catch the waves we throw, you ain't alone. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep the rhythm alive, we thrive. Hop on this digital ride. Let's multiply the vibe worldwide.